From LALATE News Headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Mornings LALATE.
It's a big morning of early mornings LA with incredible great details about your fourth stimulus check update of 2021. In this recording, we'll go over that monthly stimulus check and why the Democrats are likely to give you more months of checks. Then we cut to the recon. Done, dealed, signed, sealed. We'll go over all the incredible money that is set in this $3.5 trillion recon. It's all checks for you, and it's all deliciousness. Then we cut to the final 15 minutes of this video with breaking news as we go into a new day as to what Biden, Bernie, and Chuck are doing with that recon this week. The recon substantive is heating up, and one of them wants to hear from you. And then finally, we'll go over why Purple Hawks are pouncing like we've never seen before, getting over $80,000 in the last few days. Purple Hawks are pouncing, and you're just going to see how you can get this big sum of money. It's a great day, and the excitement starts right here, right now, as we start Early Mornings LALATE, direct from Santa Monica, California. As the toast is toasting, the butter is buttering, and the coffee is brewing with the deliciousness starting right now. Hey, good morning, everybody. It's a beautiful day across the board as we go into a gorgeous Monday morning. Your fourth stimulus check updated 2021 is heating up in this recording. We'll go over those monthly stimulus checks and why the Democrats are trying to give you more months of checks. Then we cut to the recon. Done, deal, signed, sealed. We'll go over all the incredible details of what the president did and what's next on the map across the board. Then we cut to the surprise secret meeting that the president had about your recon and what Bernie is saying and wanting from you about this recon substantive push. It's all heating up as we go into a big day with a lot of breaking news and, of course, the excitement as one viewer got over $80,000 from this channel. He's a Purple Hawk, and I'm going to show you how you get these big sums of money, and it starts right now. And this is LALATE. Thank you for joining me on America's only 24-hour day, 7 days a week financial news channel in America. Live in the morning, taped in the afternoons. Coming up next is Overnight's Crypto, live on this channel. Then at 9 o'clock, 9 a.m. is Mornings LALATE, live on air. 9:45, Mornings Crypto, and noontime at 11. So subscribe. 400,000 subscribers on YouTube record. I want you part of this family. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video, 3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, or Calcino VIP. The link is under the video, and join right today. Meantime, if you've not become part of the incredible LALATE alerts, you need to do so. The link is under the video. I covered everything in the last 7 days that's been around, from the end of the eviction moratorium to the Fed tightening and certainly even Hurricane Ida. Go to the link in the video's description. It's news.la.com. It sends you to the landing page. You put in your email address and name. It's 100% free. Watch that confirmation email. It will be in either spam folder or in the promotions folder from Gmail. Click it. Thank you. And away you go. You start receiving alerts. Let's go over those monthly stimulus checks. House versus Senate, Senate versus House. I think you have an opinion. Let's compare who wants what and how much they want you to have. A lot of people talking and a lot of pushes, but the reoccurring theme is $2,000 a month. Warren, Sanders, and Wyden writing the president days ago saying there should be a monthly stimulus check. They do not say the amount, but they say monthly. We have AOC and Omar on the House side writing the president days ago saying there should be a monthly stimulus check, but they do say the amount. $2,000. We have the House bill, $1,000 a month after the first month of 2000. We have the House Ways and Means members, which write the president days ago saying there should be a fourth stimulus check. They say monthly, but they don't say the amount. The American petition, of course, heating up. Nearly 4 million Americans signing a petition demanding monthly, reoccurring $2,000 stimulus checks. But the talk of the country still remains the House bill. That is pandemic plus 1 year, which would amount to at least 12 checks, which would be at at least $13,000. I think you have an opinion. Vote House of Senate, House of Senate. Jump in the live chat right now. I want to see you voting and tell me where you're tuning in from and how the weather is. Who gets this forced stimulus check? You do. Single individuals, $75,000 less. Democrats represent, you get a forced stimulus check. Married couple, $150,000 less. Democrats represent, you get a forced stimulus check. Double it. Family of four, Democrats represent, you get a forced stimulus check. Quadruple it. And if you're on benefits, SSI, SSDI, Social Security, wherever above, it's Democrats represent, you get one as well. The forced stimulus check is not income. The forced stimulus check is not taxable. The forced stimulus check will be the same amount for adult dependents and everyone else. And the fourth stimulus check is not a waivable check. So if you were at the beach yesterday and you saw a check waving at you, it was not the check. It was the euro check, the euro dollar. It's foreign currency. It's the other side of the road. They're just waving. They just wave a lot of time. They kiss you on both sides of the cheek, the checks over there. Our check doesn't do anything like that. It's not a waivable check. In the second half of this video, we'll be going over the incredible details of your forced stimulus recon. A done deal, signed, sealed. $3.5 trillion of checks are coming to you and the American people under this forced stimulus recon. But it's generally application-based. It's confirmed. I'll explain to you what application-based means. It's all deliciousness. Then we cut to the third part of this video where we go over some of the those proposed checks and what this means for you. And if you're a Purple Hawk, how you're going to be able to pounce. But first, let's go over one Purple Hawk. This weekend, we met Johnny. And Johnny, as a Purple Hawk of this channel, had gone into the middle of the week and had gotten 4 or 5 items from this channel, bringing his grand total to about 40,000. In fact, Johnny was one of 3 Purple Hawks by the middle of the week who had gotten $40,000 from this channel from Third Stimulus. The week before that, we had countless viewers getting 30,000. The week before that, we had Mark who got 55,000. We had Lorraine who got 105,000. But Johnny's a little bit different because what did he do? He didn't stop at 4 items. He went to 7 items and got $80,000 from this channel. If you have a success story as well, jump in the live chat or go on to social media, send me a private message on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram at LALATE. Johnny got $12,000 for SNAP, $10,000 for EIDL, $2,000 for tax refund check. He got $21,000 for housing, and then another $25,000 on top of that, and $9,000 for electric, and he also got monthly money for internet and phone, bringing his grand total to $79,800. Wow. So getting paper ready. I'm going to get you some money for rent, utilities, food, internet, mortgage assistance, and more. This is Third Stimulus, and this money is available for you right now. When we look at the money for rent that viewers are getting, they're getting a lot on this channel. All these numbers going up higher week after week because the Purple Hawks are doing better every week than they were the week before. So how much are Purple Hawks getting for this channel? They're getting over $20,000 for rent. Let's look at the numbers. Wow. Incredible, great news. As Elizabeth, Purple Hawk, getting $27,000. Mark, $25,000, Nancy, $24,000, Richard, $22,000, and Nisi, $20,000. Have you become a Purple Hawk? You need to. It's under the video's description where it says become a member or join here. You saw Johnny lead with $9,000 of utilities. Let's look and see how that compares. Oh, yeah. So it's higher than the average of the viewers of this channel. Viewers had been at 3,000, then they went to 5 to 7, and now Johnny's bringing everyone up to 9,000. Then we see Snap. Wow. Louis getting $18,000, John $10,000, and Nancy $5,000. But that's not the ceiling because we're going to see that one viewer got $19,000. And there's Nancy at 3 items. So she made it to the Triple Crown. Let's see what happened. Oh my goodness, Nancy getting $32,000 for 3 items, rent, utilities, food. Nisi $23,000 for 3 items, and Mark getting $32,000 for who put Mark on my graphic for 3 items? Mark got 2 items. Why is he on my graphic? I'll tell you what happened. Mark got 2 items of $32,000, but 4 wonderful things came from Mark. Number 1, Mark got Snap. For 5 days on camera, I said to Mark, go get Snap, because it's a Snap to get, and he got it. He got it within less than 5 days. Incredible success story. Number 1. Number 2, he told his neighbor to watch this channel. Said, watch this kid. People are getting big sums of money. Everyone's watching this kid and get some money for rent. His neighbor went from 0 to $20,000 of rent in less than 1 week. And if that sounds familiar, it should, because Shanann over the weekend, member Purple Hawk of 2 months, says, I told my friend about you, LALATE. She is now addicted to your channel. And she received $9,000 for rent, $5,000 for utilities, and $6,000 a year for Snap. You rock, LALATE. That's $21,000. There you go. And then Mark helped us a lot because he got people realizing that they should get more than 3 items. Johnny getting 7 items. And finally, Mark got that snap. How much do you think he got? He got a lot. Mark got $19,000 for Snap, bringing his grand total to $50,500. And this is what we do, but we go, the sky is the limit, because Lorraine from this channel got over $105,000. My goodness. And this is what we do, because this is LALATE. I've been doing this since day one. I launched this channel to help get people their money through the applications of all these stimuluses that they were not getting the money for. People had applied for the EIDL loan and grant in 2020, and their applications were stalled, not getting approved. So I called it the 330, the 331, the 348 vortex, and slowly, one after another, I got them approved on camera and off camera. $25 million of EIDL loans approved because of this channel. Bombshell. But then 3 days later, a new program is going live in the country. People had never heard of it. They didn't know how to do the application. They were confused by the questions because they were confusing. Eileen Bellenkamp listened to the videos of this channel, followed all the questions and answers. I went through each of the questions, how to apply, and she got $15,000 out of Florida when it went live because Florida was delayed by almost 2 months. What was this program? It was PUA. Then in fall of 2020, the money from third stimulus was not coming out, and second stimulus neither. And people needed money. So it got $250,000 for rent, like Tyrone and his family for. Got money for rent for Boston from his family for from December to the spring. And now we're doing bigger numbers than we ever did before because you as a Purple Hawk are absolutely killing it. So get that pen paper ready. We get some big money for rent, utilities, food, internet, mortgage assistance starting right now. Here are some introductory remarks. Number one, you're going to be shown 6 places to reach out to. So reach out to all 6. If the first one says no, don't worry. Each has different eligibility, so don't worry if one says no, reach out to the next. They have their different pots of money as well. You must reach out to 6. I have 2 longtime viewers who were actually in the live chat yesterday, both from Michigan. They reached out to the county and stopped when they got a no. No, you got to reach out to 6 of them. Number 2, listen to the keywords you hear in this video. I'm going to show you the keywords to say. One viewer didn't listen to that, and what that viewer did was call up and said, can I have free money? They said, who is this, a crank call? What do you mean free money? That's not the keywords you say. Number 3, it's important to understand that every state has money and has the same amount dedicated to them based upon the federal government and how many citizens are in the state. And they're paying everyone. I had someone yesterday say, I heard they have paid no one over age 50. Untrue, just untrue. So here you go, you ready? You got to reach out to the following 6 places. Your city hall, your city housing authority. Your county hall, your county housing authority. Your state hall, your state housing authority. And the keywords you're going to say are rent assistance because of COVID, or mortgage or utility assistance because of COVID. You don't say words they don't know, like stimulus, or Mitch's wonderful fan club. What fan club? Yeah, it doesn't exist. There you go. And congratulations to Tim and Linda who got this wonderful pot of money. If you got money for rent or utilities, post in the live chat right now. We next turn to Snap, which is a Snap to get, and Mark got $19,000 for this. You get this from Department of Agriculture. Contact them. Eligibility is easier than a stimulus check, and it pays a lot. A family of 4 out of Hawaii gets over $16,000 a year, but if you heard the breaking news on this channel 2 Mondays ago, it was this. The Department of Agriculture determined that everyone's benefits are going to go up. They revised their policy, and effective this October, everyone's benefits nationwide go up an average of 25% lifetime automatically. Yes, can we top that? We can. As we go into the next refund check coming back from your state. If you got money for Snap as well, post in the live chat. And also, Mark, he was at $19,000. He's going to be seeing $25,000. Incredible details. All right, the next refund check is the one coming back from your state due to overpayment of unemployment benefits and a computer error. One viewer got $3,000 for this. One viewer got $5,000 for this as well. And guess what? Federal government has told the states to upgrade their computers. Yeah, but we were using Windows 10. No, sir, you're not using Windows 10. You're using Windows 1910. When the computer was made out of stone, get up to the state. Get up to the current state. And then the last refund check is the one coming back from IRS for that payment you made, tax return payment you made on that unemployment benefits. The IRS is returning the refund check for those unemployment benefits you pay taxes on. Average payment is about $1,200, $1,400 Johnny got $1,800. Mark got $1,400. A viewer over the weekend got $2,000. Margaret got it. Cod got it. Michael got it. More about that in a second. But here's a personal message from me to you. This channel was launched for me to get you money, for you to pounce as a Purple Hawk, for you to cash checks, not track checks. And if you're in the live chat and you've not posted success stories, please do. Because when you post your success stories, you help people so many ways. Number one, you inspire people to go get these sums of money. A lot of people just don't realize they just need to pick up the phone and call. It's just a call away. Number two, people realizing the numbers are going bigger and bolder than ever before. So we're seeing utilities of $9,000 from Johnny. You're seeing the numbers going higher. Then we had Art Sullivan and Nisi, who got 3 items, and they inspired countless viewers across the board. And now we have Johnny, who got 7 items. Imagine how many people were inspired by Johnny to go get multiple sums of money. And then Mark and Lorraine got these huge numbers, really making us realize that the numbers are still going higher. So post your success stories in the live chat right now. Let's cut back to those unemployment benefits. Where are they landing? Direct deposit, otherwise in the mail. Can you track them? Yeah. Go to iris.gov and do a transcript search, and it'll reveal the tax return you filed, the taxes you paid, and the refund check you're getting back about 70% of the time. And the rest of the time will reveal stuff you wish you'd never seen. Like when Mitch appeared on Star Search and he sung a song for his performance. Did he sing Slave to You as his tribute to Chuck Schumer? The Britney song? Yeah, there you go. And can we top that? Yes, we can, as we go into the second part of your Forced Stimulus Check Update of 2021, starting right now. Deal done, signed, sealed, finished. Your recon of $3.5 trillion is a final finish line item. The tow truck has passed over the finish line. Time to go get the tow hitch. Here we go. So the recon procedural passed a week ago, and that passage means a lot of stuff for you, all historic. First, there's going to be a recon. Number two, it's going to be $3.5 trillion, and it's all going to be checks for you. A recon, done. 3.5, done. And checks for you, done. Now, these checks are generally application-based. Does not mean you fill out a 50-page application, but it means that you at least pick up the phone. You've been doing that since stimulus number 1, whether it was PPP or PUA or PEBT or SNAP. You picked up the phone and say, I want this money. I think I qualify. And that's how this generally will be. There's a push underway to put stimulus checks in there on top of that. But so far, this is the confirmed part, the $3.5 trillion of checks coming to you. It's incredible, great news. How do we get to this wonderful spot? By taking the roads and bridges out of the recon and putting it in the bipartisan. A conservative publication confirms my reporting. The higher the price tag was on the recon before, the harder it was to pass. There you go. But by allowing the Democrats to take out some of the spending from the recon, roads and bridges, put in the bipartisan, the overall price tag of the recon got smaller. In other words, the bipartisan deal made the recon passable. You only heard it on this channel, and again, it was right. I had told you in the month of July that the recon procedure will pass in a blink of an eye. It did in less than 6 hours because they had already agreed upon, before they started the process, to do a recon at a price tag of $3.5 trillion. The Democrats, House, and Senate, and the President had met before they even started this recon process to agree to do a recon at that price tag. And so when they called this for a vote, it was a done deal. And that's why it passed so quickly just days ago. That's why Representative Elon Omar, Democrat, Minnesota, and Representative Richie Torres, Democrat, New York, both progressives, had said before they had agreed upon the price tag, you needed to go high. He said we need a larger recon. And she said, we have to have a recon that goes as big and bold as we want it. The White House had told the Democrats and progressives before the voting started, protect my recon. That's what Brian Schatz said, and also Jalopal. They say that Biden said, protect the recon because all checks for the American people. Progressive priority checks and the White House's priorities. So what is a recon? What is a bipartisan? What is a recon procedural? What is a recon substantive? And what's going on with all these things this week? Let's go over the two-path process starting right now. We have 2 items to start with, which are the recon and the bipartisan. Recon, not your money. Excuse me. Recon is your money. This is called reconciliation, also called budget bill. Price tag $3.5 trillion. This is your money. And this is also called the Democratic spending plan, the social reform plan. Meantime, bipartisan, not your money. That is roads and bridges, also called infrastructure. Okay, so we got 3 bills to do going into last week. This week we only have 2 left because we got done with recon procedural. Next stop is recon substantive, and that stop already started weeks ago. They're just finishing it up. And then bipartisan. So what's the difference between recon procedural and recon substantive? Very, very different. Recon procedural just says, do you agree to do something? And recon substantive says, Okay, what are the terms and conditions? So they've already agreed there will be a recon. It will be $3.5 trillion. And that $10 are given to committee number 1, $20 given to committee number 2. That's done deal. $3.5 trillion checks from the American people. What is left? Recon substantive. They've already started this, but they need to finish it. This is now the final terms and conditions. Now that a committee is given $10, what are the terms and conditions on which they spend the money on you? How are they spending the money on you? What are the terms and conditions? All that and more. More about that in the final 15 minutes of this video. Say the very end. But how do we get to this wonderful spot? We got to this wonderful spot from Jalopal, who recently wrote Schumer letter saying Chuck all the vote on the recon. The letter was signed by 12 House Democrats, part of 100-plus House Democrats, who recently wrote the president a letter saying we're going to be putting monthly forced stimulus checks to the forced stimulus recon. Wow. Can we top that? Yes. As 7 members of the House Ways and Means Subcommittee recently wrote the president a letter saying we're going to be putting monthly forced stimulus checks to the forced stimulus package. Oh, the same people we talked about earlier in this video? Yep, this is them. And they recently wrote the president a letter saying we're going to be putting monthly forced stimulus checks in that forced stimulus package. They do not say the amount. This is why you need to push Purple Power, because these people are representing they're going to put it in there, make sure they do it. The American petition has called for monthly stimulus checks, $2,000 a month, nearly 4 million signatures. Push Purple Power. We have AOC and Omar on the House side also saying monthly stimulus check $2,000. We have the House bill, pandemic plus 1 year, which would be at least 12 checks and at least $13,000. And look at this graphic. Bernie Sanders, he's on the committee that's deciding how to do the recon substantive. He's the budget chairman. He wants monthly stimulus checks. Who else better for you to push than Bernie Sanders? And with that, how do we get to this wonderful spot? We got to the spot as Biden did it. He took something out of the recon and made it law elsewhere. It's called the global minimum corporate tax rate. Now, it makes the recon easier to write, easier to call the vote because this confusing thing is out, and easier to pass the recon because this confusing thing is not in there. Wow. In the final 15 minutes of this video, so much breaking news. It's coming up in just a second. But first, here's a personal message from me to you. If you have gotten one item from this channel over the last year, then you are ready to pounce on the forced stimulus. You got $100 for utilities or water or electric, you're going to be able to pounce. If you haven't, I want you to get one item today. I don't want you to just default and say, I want the community page to do all the work for me. No, I want you to have the skill to know that you got one item by picking up the phone and got that $100 utility bill paid under third stimulus. Because when you do, you're going to be ready to kill it under fourth stimulus. And then if you can't get the remainder of the items, then reach out to the community page. Where is it? In the description of this video. Go down in the description. You'll see a link to the community page. It's news.lalate.com/community. But first, here's a little bit about them. I'll be back in 60 seconds as we go into the big final 15 minutes on this huge early mornings broadcast. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.lalate.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on Mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE. And the excitement continues right now on Early Mornings LALATE. As the toast is toast and the butter is buttering, I'm here, you're here, and the deliciousness heats up right now. As we go into the final 15 minutes of this video, subscribe 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record. I want you part of this family. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video, 3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, or Calcino VIP. The link is under the video for you to become a member right now. Meantime, if you've not signed up for those LALATE alerts, please do so. Go to news.la.com/alerts. There's also a link in the description of this video. The LALATE alerts start immediately, and you'll first look for that confirmation email. Watch, it may be in the spam folder. Hit the blue button. Over 1,000 of you are still waiting for the confirmation to conclude, so make sure you do that as well. Meantime, let's turn it to the excitement of this stimulus, which is just days away. Wow, can you imagine? This stimulus is that SSI reform that the president had promised, but now the Democrats are taking care of for you starting in September. First, they'll raise your benefit limits up. Then they're going to remove the asset limit, add an inflationary benchmark, remove the income exclusion, and remove the marriage penalty. They hope to get this done by November, and that would impact your benefits immediately. Let's go over all the details starting right now. Who's this for you? If you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, Railroad Benefits, Veterans Benefits, or SSA, this would be for you. Step one is they'll raise your benefits up a lifetime. Then they'll apply a new benchmark. That new benchmark will be inflation. Where's inflation going? It's going up. It's going to be transitory, meaning it's going to go to a peak and then come back down. This is what Jay Powell was saying over the last few weeks, but going into last week, I told you he was going to start tapering. It's called tapering in December because of inflation. And he made that announcement on Thursday at Jackson Hole. So here we go. First, they're going to raise your benefits up lifetime. Then they'll apply a new benchmark. If that benchmark is 5%, then your benefits will go up another 5%, not just next year, but lifetime. It's incredible, great news. Then they're going to move the asset cap, dating back to a 1980s law. This is you can't have more than $3,000 on hand. It's going to go away. Then they're going to remove the income cap, saying you can't work and stay on benefits. It's going to go away. And finally, the marriage penalty is going to end. It's going to go away. Love is going to win, and you'll be able to marry your longtime love interest and do a pair dance at your wedding like Rob and Sandy and no longer fear loss of benefits. Also, will there be a fifth stimulus check? There will be. The House members represent, House Ways and Means represent. They're putting that in the fifth stimulus package for next year. Lastly, if you've not become a Purple Hawk and you're in the live chat and you see people have a Purple Hawk emoji next to their name, what are you doing? You need to become a Hawk, Purple Power, or Calcino VIP starting today. I'll tell you why. Daily, I deliver to the Hawks, Calcino VIPs, and Purple Powers a breakdown of all the big money that's available for you under first, second, and third stimulus, and what's proposed under fourth and fifth. That's why Hawks are getting $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, $80,000, and $100,000 routinely from this channel, because that's where the big money is. When third stimulus became a law in January this year, I launched Purple Hawks because I said, sure, there's a $1,400 stimulus check, but I'll get you $14,000 because there's a lot of other money in that third stimulus package. Now you see the viewers did not get $14,000. They got $140,000. They got over $100,000. They got $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, $80,000. Purple Hawks have learned that the big sums of money in these packages are available right now. It's third stimulus. It's available right now. The money's there. They want you to have it. They want you to come and get it and become a Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Calcino VIP, so you get that information delivered to you daily about all the big money in there as well. And with that, let's cut into the final 15 minutes of this video, starting right now, as Purple Hawks are going to be able to pounce across the board. As we go into the final 15 minutes of this video with the recon, done deal, signed, sealed. $3.5 trillion of checks are coming to the American people under the fourth stimulus recon. Let's go over what this means for you starting right now. There is a recon, and it will be $3.5 trillion, and it will be all checks for you. It's incredible, great news. First, second, and third stimulus recon this small, and nearly 90% for corporations and the American people. This recon this big, and 100% of checks for you as well. The difference with this recon is that it's guaranteed now. What they have to finish off is the terms and conditions. There's a push underway to put stimulus checks in there additionally. But at the moment, all this money, the $3.5 trillion of application-based checks, is confirmed for you. Now, what's an application-based check? I'm going to explain it to you in just a second. But first, let me give you an example of some of the items they're proposing for in that fourth stimulus recon so you understand what I mean by application-based checks. Free school meals for all checks, tax break checks, cheaper prescription medication checks, then checks for free internet, checks for farmers, checks for workers, and also checks for seniors, checks for workers like independent contractors, checks for seniors like lowering Medicare age eligibility, checks for dental, checks for vision, and checks for hearing. Now, the President of the United States had a secret meeting a week ago saying to the Democratic caucus, talk about the prescription medication because it's an instant savings for the American people. How does this work? Let's say you go to pharmacy on Monday. You pay for the prescription, it's $50. Then this becomes law. You go back for the refill in a week, it's suddenly $5. They're putting $45 or keeping $45 in your wallet by slashing these prices overnight. Now, you just saw me talk about vision, dental, internet, and workers. You know that IRS and Treasury does not send out checks for dental or vision. They never have. And that's what application-based stimulus is. That you'll have to go to a place to get that money. And we've been doing this since day one. When this channel launched, I was helping you get money for PPP or PUA or PEBT or EIDL. We've been doing this since day one. Everything has always been you pick up the phone. Now, application-based does not mean you fill out a 50-page application and wait 5 months. That's not what application-based means. It means you reach out and say, I want the money. IRS and Treasury doesn't send out checks for your dental. They don't send out checks for your internet. But when we looked at that recon procedural and recon substantive before, did you notice something? Yeah, it talked about committees are given different sums of money. And that's exactly what we're talking about here. One committee will have the money for the internet. One committee will have the money for the dental or the vision. And that will be the places you reach out to get that money. That is why recon substantive is so important. Yes, it's going to be $3.5 trillion of checks for you, but the terms and conditions of those checks are the subject of debate now among the Democrats, how to spend the money now that you're given it. That's why I brought back Seats for Stimulus. Seats for Stimulus was a 2020 social media campaign in which I said, give us the right stimulus or we take your seats. 6 House seats are up for grabs. It could determine the balance of power among the House members and senators, House Democrats and House Republicans in November. And guess what? On the floor of the House on Tuesday, they were talking about this very subject matter, saying we need to spend the money the right way. This is critical. And this is why Purple Power needs to push right here. And where should Purple Power push? Certainly with Bernie Sanders. Going into the weekend, Bernie Sanders says, I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you about how I'm spending money. Bernie Sanders is the budget chairman on the Senate side. And he says, I want to hear from you. He says, normally, budget chairmen historically have done their work within D.C. But I think the real function of a budget chairman like myself is to go out among the people. There you go. We're proposing something that's going to be enormously popular. Chuck Schumer should hear your input because Chuck is talking to Bernie daily about changes. He says, Bernie and I work so closely together, we're probably talking 4 to 5 times a day. So make the push, saying spend the stimulus the right way. Spend the stimulus the right way. Tag your elected officials, call them up, saying make sure you spend the money the right way. All right, let's cut back then to application-based stimulus versus non-application-based stimulus. It's important to understand that over the last year, there's been countless sums of money that you have applied for from this channel. You picked up the phone, you said, hey, I am entitled to this money, I want this money. Whether it was rent, utilities, food, internet, PBT, PPP, PUA, or EIDL, you picked up the phone, you called. That is what forced stimulus will be as well. Number one, you can have different pots of money to grab. You'll have prescription medication, for example, or checks for dental, checks for vision. You'll have different checks to grab, and each check will require you to pick up the phone and ask for it. Not particularly difficult whatsoever. The biggest task at issue of this is doing it at least once. And that's why third stimulus is your training ground right now, and that money is available right now. This is also going to really separate the Purple Hawks of this channel from the Donettas of the world. The Donettas of the world will say, when am I receiving in my bank account a check for my dental? Never, because you're not automatically going to get a check for your dental or automatically get a check for your vision or automatically get a check for your internet under forced stimulus recon. You have to pick up the phone and say, hi, I'm entitled to a check for that internet. Here's my name and my address and my phone number. And they'll say, okay, yeah, you are. We're sending you out a check for that. That is why Donetta is in a way almost getting stimulus envy of the Purple Hawks right now, because Purple Hawks are pouncing and getting fortunes every week, 30, 40, 50,000. And what is Donetta being left with? Just a donut. Here's what you need to know is that there's no fourth stimulus check laying in your bank account this week, not laying in your hands this week, but there is third stimulus if you pick up the phone. Last week, 3 viewers started the week with 0. End of the week with, 2 by the middle of the week were at 40,000. By the end of the week, 2 end of the week at 40,000, 1 end of the week at 80,000. The week before that, 3 viewers got over 30,000. The week before that, Mark got 51,000 and Lorraine got 105,000. This is a daily occurrence. People are sending me private messages on social media, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. You please do it as well, telling me their success stories. Every hour of every day, nearly, there's a success story. Saying, I got this, I got this, I got this. Because they picked up the phone. This is what you as a Purple Hawk need to do. You need to pick up the phone and get that money right now. Because it's money available for you. When the federal government passed third stimulus recon, it passed it so you would get the money. You would pick up the phone and get the money. It did not pass it so you would have a stimulus check of $1,400 and say, okay, I'm done with third stimulus. Let's go on to fourth stimulus. No. It put that money in there for you, these other items for you to go get, so that you would get those monies across the board. And that is why the Purple Hawks are killing it. We had a very nice message 2 days ago. I think it was about Thursday of last week, where Robert said the following. I want to thank you, LA, because I just got approved for $18,000 for rent. Just got approved. $18,000 for rent, $16,000 for SNAP, and $7,000 for utilities. This is just in a few days. Imagine getting all this money. Just keep on doing a wonderful job and helping people. God bless you, LA. I'm a member. I go by Dredd, D-R-E-D-D. Been following you since start of the pandemic. My name is Robert Purple Hawk, and thank you again. Well, thank you, Robert. That's a true embodiment of the Purple Hawk spirit. Here is what's going to happen in the next few weeks. What's going to happen is when recon becomes law and the money is going, and the money is then in the divisions for you to get the money, Purple Hawks are going to get it. And they're going to get a lot of it. Imagine third stimulus is this big and fourth stimulus is this big. Imagine you went into third stimulus maybe in January. You never even heard of this channel. Maybe you weren't even a Purple Hawk then. Well, you weren't, because I didn't launch Purple Hawks until January. Now you've been pouncing, getting 1 or 2 items on the third stimulus. Imagine how good you're going to be at this by the time fourth stimulus is law in the next few days or few weeks. Then you're going to really know how to do this, and you're going to be able to pounce. In the meantime, you have gotten all this other money on a third stimulus, so you're going to be creating financial freedom for you around the household. You'll be getting rent and utilities and food and internet. You'll be getting all these other bills paid. And if they're available under fourth stimulus as well, you can get them again, by the way. On the other hand, Donetta doing nothing. Donut guy or Donetta, guy or girl, by saying the following words, when, doesn't help anyone. Doesn't even help himself. There are some people who simply want to just ask the question, when? When is it in my bank account? When is it laying in my bank account? What day am I getting something? When? Here's the answer. As to the dental, vision, internet, cheaper prescription medication, free school meals for all, checks for seniors, never. Never, because you have to pick up the phone and do something. It's not going to be, I hold a donut and the federal government knows you need internet. They don't know you need internet unless you tell them. So Donut Guy's not going to get anything, and Donut Guy's not going to be a happy camper. On the other hand, Donut Guy contributes nothing to community. Why? Because Donut Guy is not pushing for anything. As we go into this recon substantive drafting now in this week, and they're trying to go over the language, the terms and conditions, this is a critical moment. We need to make sure they're spending the money the right way. What is Donut Guy doing? nothing. Do you know that this is the last week of August? Do you know that next week is the first week of September? Do you know that we're 3 months away from December? Do you know we're in the year 2021? Do you know we're in the second century? Do you just always tracking dates? Do you know this date? Yeah, I know what I have a calendar. I own a calendar. I'm sure you do as well. We all own calendars. Telling us what day of the week does nothing for anyone. It doesn't do anything for anyone. Because what you need to be doing is telling Bernie Sanders, spend the money the right way. You need to be doing what Lynn Glenn did. Picked up the phone, called Bernie Sanders' office, spoke to him. Or WR called up Chris Coons' office saying, you need to spend the money this right way. You need to have monthly stimulus checks. You need to push, because this is called advocacy. It's called lobbying. It's called pushing. It's called not being apathetic. It's called pushing, because this is where you push. People who push get money. People who just sit around and say, when, ultimately learn that there may not be a when for them. There may be some hairstyles, hair cream called when, but that's about all the when they're going to get. So by saying when, you contribute nothing, because you're not helping anyone push out the right stuff. You're not advocating anything. You're not pushing as part of a community. You're just showing up when checks are being handed out. It's sort of like the hour of Halloween, where there happens to be a moment in which they're having some candy. I haven't seen you in 5 years. Here I am. I heard this from free candy. I'm showing up. Okay, I'll see you back in 2 years from now. Is it going to be checks candy then? I'll show up then as well. You got to push. Purple Power is doing 3 wonderful things right now. Wonderful things. Number 1, you're on social media pushing, you're tagging elected officials. Number 2, you're picking up the phone, calling them. 3, you're pouncing as a Purple Hawk, getting this money. This is the when. What day, when of this week are you going to pick up this money and become a Purple Hawk and pick and call and get rent and utilities and food and air? This is the when. When are you going to get this money? That is the when you need to know, because this money is available right now. And Purple Hawks are really doing an insanely great job of this, because you're making yourself financially stable so that you have your bills paid. Going into September, these bills are being paid. Suddenly your financial liberties and financial freedoms created because of your watching these videos, this channel, and you're going to kill it in September. And Donut Guy, what is he going to kill? The sprinkles. And with that, join me next as Overnight's Crypto starts up next. It's going to be a great show with a lot of twists and turns going on with crypto. Oh my goodness. Then we go into a morning to LA at 9 a.m. So subscribe. 400,000 subscribers on YouTube. We're upgrading on which part of this family. Hit that subscribe button. Like the video, 2,000-3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member. Meantime, also subscribe for those LALATE alerts. Stay informed, stay focused, become a member. Click the link, subscribe, and stay with LALATE for more.